Hi, it's Angela Long, one of the design team members for Tonic Studios. I just wanted to share a quick tutorial with you of how to make the wands that came in the loaded pockets. So I'm just going to do a video now just to show you how I put this one together. I've already cut the pieces out to save you watching me cutting them. So for the main rosette there, the pink one, I've cut 2 of the die cuts and they measure, I've trimmed them down to 5.5 centimetres from the point to the end, and I've concertinaed that one and I just added my double-sided. So I've cut this one the same size again, so I'm just going to go over the score lines just to concertina them up and join them together. I find it easier to fold every other one first, and then I just go back and fold the ones that are left in between. And then just concertina them all together. And squash them down to make sure that all the creases are in. So that's all I'm going to do now, is join them together. I've lost my pokey tool. There it is. So that's all I'm going to do, is line them up at the bottom and join the 2 of them together. And then just reinforce that crease and then wrap it around and do the same on the other side. Lining that one to the bottom and joining that together and reinforcing that. So then I've got my circle, so I'm just going to sort of train the card to fold down. So that one's ready to go. I've also cut 4 of the flower shapes that are in your die set as well. So I've cut the largest flower, and I've also cut a large circle from another die set I used. Again, I used the classical circle layering die set, and I've just used one of the dies from there, but you can use any circle die. And that's all I've done. I've put double-sided tape. I've used the tissue tape because it's easier to fold to go around the corners, so you may not see it well on screen, but I've just added that onto the back so that I can add my lace on top. So that's all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to start with my first piece and just sticking it to the end, and I'm just folding it back just to give me a pleat in it. You can just do random size pleats going all the way around. So I'm just sticking a little bit, folding it, and just do that all the way around the circle. If you have got any of the lace that's already gathered, then you would just stick it round flat, but being as this is just a flat plain piece, then I'll just put the gathers in myself. So just add one last one there. I'm going to overlap it a little bit, just trim it off. So that's my piece of lace. Whoops. And hopefully you'll still see behind. Oh, I could have cut that a bit smaller. I'm just going to trim this down because you can't see much of the lace. So bear with me a sec. I might just trim this down a little bit further. So I'm now going to trim this one down. I'll trim it to 4.5 because I didn't realise I'd overcut it. So now you should be able to see the lace showing behind. So let me just concertina this back up again. Just get all the creases back in. Sorry about that. So you should be able to see the lace behind now. Yes. So I'll just leave that for a second. Let me just check on this one to make sure that you're going to see this. Over that one. Yes, that should do it. So I'm just leaving that one to one side for a second. So I've had the pointed edge on my pink layer, but for this layer I've used the scalloped edge. So this one I've cut to 3.5 centimeters, but because it's a smaller smaller rosette, I only need the one piece if I wanted it to be spread out. But because this one has got a lot of pleats in it, again I'm going to use 2, so they both cut to the same size. So I need to add double-sided tape. So I'm just adding double-sided tape to that end piece. And I'm just going to concertina this one out. So again, I'm folding every other one. And then I'll turn it over and do the ones that I've left out in between. And just concertina them all together. Give them a good squash to make sure that all the crease lines are in. And I'm going to add this onto this panel. And I folded this one the wrong way around, so bear with me a sec. Because you've got to have a mounting and a valley fold. Give that a squash. Excuse me. I'm going to trim off just the corner piece on that one, because if I just stuck it down there, you can see it through the circle in the top. So I'm just going to trim off that little corner piece. And then glue it in place so you can't see where the join is. So Again, I'm just going to line it up at the bottom and join the two together and reinforce that fold. And again, the same on the other side. Join it at the bottom and reinforce. And then just chain this one to close. So that's that panel done. And then for the back panel, I've used the pointy side again, but I'm only using one because I want this one to be spread out more. So this one I've cut to 3.5 centimetres. So that's all I need to do on this one, is join it together. Join it at the bottom, reinforce that fold. And chain that one to close. So I'm going to use hot glue so that it can have an instant grab. So I'm going to place some glue in the centre of that little flower, and then I'm going to add my rosette over the top and just push it down to hold it in place. Wait a second for that to set. And then I'm just going to add glue, hot glue again, onto the top of that one, and then add my flower to the centre. So that's my front one made. Oh, I've also stuck on a little gem, but because it was a pearly colour, I'm just using one of my alcohol markers just to colour over the top, just to give it a pink tint. So I'm just going over the top. And I might as well just glue that on. I'll place that in the centre. So then that will just sit in the centre of that one. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to hold that in place. So that's going to be one side. So for the other side, I'm just going to use that. That way. And I'm just going to add my glue into the centre there, so that I know that I can see the lace around the edges of this. So I'm just going to add some glue to the centre, and I'm going to add some all around to hold it all together. So I'm just going to place that over the top. Squash it down in the centre. And hold that for a second so it can all grab together. So then it should all be stuck down now. What I've also done on my white panel, I've just run around with a glue pen and added glitter. So I haven't done it on this panel, but I can add it on later. So to add my straw, I'm just going to flatten the top bit of the straw, and then I'm going to tuck it in the back where the pleats are. So if I just flatten it and then bend it up a bit like that, then that'll fit in, it'll slot in, and I can glue it inside. So I'm just going to add some wet glue, some hot glue on both sides. And then I'm just going to pull that back a little bit. I'm going to slide it in, and then that will hold it on to my straw. So that should be set now. So again, I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to add my hot glue, place it in the centre, hold it down, and then I'm just going to add a bit more hot glue to the top, and my flower disc on top of that one. I should have coloured two of the flowers, I think. Yes, I got a flower each side, but I'll put a heart on top of the other side. So if I put this side on first, so I'm just going to add hot glue onto the back of that one and place it in the centre. And then I'm just going to turn it round. Add hot glue onto that. And place that in the centre. I've got a little pearl heart here, so I'll put that on. I just colour over the top. I'm just going to add my heart in the centre. And then I've just got some eyelash trim wool, I think it's called. So I'm just folding it in half. Which side do I want it? Yeah. So I'm just going to add a little dab of glue there. And I'm just adding the centre. Stick in there. You can add a few streamers of ribbon of all different colours. Then I've just got a piece of ribbon, and I'm going to tie that into the bow. I should do it in the middle. And then adjust it till you've got the size of the bow you want. Yeah, that's about right. again, add that on with hot glue. Just trimming my tails down. Grab another glue stick. And then on the back I'm going to add the bow that came in the set. So I'm just shaping that with my fingers. And then I'm going to add a dab of glue each side. And join it in the centre. And again, shape my tails. And another dot of glue. Oops, that's come apart there. I'm going to just add my bow over the top, and then this piece wraps around to hold it all together. So I'm just going to add a small bit of glue and then wrap it around, and again more hot glue. Add it onto my straw. I've added little twirls of card, which I just cut a thin strip of card and wrapped it around a pen or a pencil, and then I've just added them in as well. But you can add whatever you want, or you could add curling ribbon. So on this one I've added the glitter, which I just go around with a pen. Not that one. Oh, I can do with wet glue for now. Let's just add a thin bit. I should have done this before making it into the rosette. It would have been easier. But just to show. To give it a little bit more sparkle. And that adds a little bit more sparkle to it. Let me just move that and put it back in. So that's how easy the wands are to make. You can make them in all different shapes and sizes. But when I've cut out the size that I want, because the die is double-sided ends on there, don't throw what you cut off. Don't throw that, because these are bits that I've cut off these. So you could use them as an edging strip on a card. Or you could make little smaller rosettes to stick on the little mini pegs or on the paper clips, or you could use them as headers and toppers on your card. So don't throw them away. And with other ones this size, then you can make them into the small rosettes again and just put them in a bits box, and then you can just add them all onto your cards or different rosettes as you go along. So I hope this was of some help to you, and thank you for watching. And if you'd like to subscribe every time I do another video, then you will have a notification to say that I've uploaded another video. So once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy making your own rosettes. Thank you, bye.